my God, does my partner still loves me? Am I raising my kids right? What about my job security? What am I going to do in this meeting today? Do you think I'm worrying too much? Well, yes, of course. These days, life is so stressful and people worry too much. Well, because constantly we are seeking for information, for answers, and our brains are so confused. So, in today's lesson, we are going to look at some words that would help you to talk about the people who worry too much. So, which are these words? Well, let's have a look. Hey friends, welcome everyone. It's me, Niharika. And like I said, that there are people around us who worry too much. So what are these people called? Well, that's what we are going to learn in today's lesson. We always spend our lives in thinking that, what if I do this? And what if I don't? What's going to happen? Right? So if you are also among them, what are the words that you can use for yourself, or for your friends, or for your family members? Well, let's have a look. The first one that I have for you is Nebish. So, when you call a person who is extremely nebbish, so what are you trying to say? Well, you're trying to say that look at this person, he is so nervous or just not a very confident person, very fearful in making decisions or to make any plans. Now, this particular word nebbish in English is used for men. I mean, you can use it for women as well, but specifically, it's very often used for men. So, nebbish is a word in English that you can use for a person who is always so worried, is very fearful, or very timid. Like a colleague of mine that I work with, he is extremely nebbish. I mean, I have noticed that he is not very confident, always very nervous in making any kind of decisions. So that's when I use the word nebbish. Moving on to the next word that I have for you is the worried well. Well, am I here talking about the water well? Well, not exactly. Well, the worried well is a term used for a person who is extremely anxious or worries too much about their physical or their mental health. Well, at times, we have people around us who worry too much about their health, even if nothing is wrong. For example, my grandmom. Constantly, she's complaining about something or the other. She keeps saying that something is wrong with my stomach. My stomach hurts. Well, I think I have a real bad backache. I think I'm gonna die of cancer. Well, nothing is really wrong with you, but you're constantly worrying about your physical or your mental health. Why do you do that? Well, the reason because you are a worried well, right? So the next time a person is just cribbing and complaining about their mental or the physical health, well, you're going to call him the worried well. Moving on to the next one, which is hypochondriac. Now, this word is used just the way you would use the term the worried well. In fact, it's more like a syndrome, a disorder. Here, you use this word for the people, again, who worry too much for no reason about their physical and their mental health. They would even pop up some medicines because they think they're not doing well. They're ill. They have something wrong in their body, Well, that's not true. They're just worrying for no reason. So you can use the word hypochondriac as well as the term the worried well in just the same manner. For the people who worry about their physical and their mental health and they end up going to a doctor for no reason. Okay? And like I said, it's more like a disorder, right? Moving on to the next one that I have for you, which is a nervous wreck. Yes, there are so many people who get super nervous. Probably you have a presentation or you have to attend a very important meeting. So what do? Well, you're nervous. You start biting your nails. Well, people do that. Well, the reason because they are an absolute nervous wreck. Like the last weekend, I had to go present something in front of 200 people. I would say that yes, I was a little nervous. I was worrying too much. So my friend was like, hey Niharika, well, you don't have to worry. You're being an absolute nervous wreck. Well, you can do this. And yes, I did it. So, if you have a person or a friend or a family member who is super nervous about something, use the word that stop being a nervous wreck, right? Let's have a look at the next term that I have for you that you can use in English, which is mother hen. Mother hen. Am I talking about the chicken who lays eggs? Well, not really. Mother hen is actually referred to a human being who really takes care of someone that he or she adores. Okay, so a cousin of mine, like she's pretty little and I love her way too much and I really care about her and I'm very protective about her and hence I'm a mother hen. Because when she has any problems or she is facing any issues, well, she may not worry too much, but because I am so protective about her, I am a mother hen who worries for her. So, a person who worries for another person is called as mother hen. Someone who is overprotective and starts worrying for your loved ones. So if you are among those people, you can call yourself a mother hen, or if you know someone who is extremely protective about someone else, you can call him or her as mother hen. Okay? So a person who worries for their loved ones. Okay? Moving on to the next one is twitchy. Well, yes. Well, the word sounds as if you are way too itchy, but twitchy is a very informal word in English that you can use for a person who is very worried. Okay? So that's twitchy for you. So some people really make you nervous and you start worrying too much, like, well, probably you have a stalker and the moment you learned about that stalker, you got really twitchy. Well, which means that you are really worried. You're like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? So you are being twitchy. So it's a very informal word that you can use only among your friends. Okay? Moving on to the next one is wired. Well, wired has two meanings. When you're extremely tired, okay, and when you're extremely stressed, you worry too much because you're not able to do things correctly. Okay, so probably you did not sleep well last night, okay? You were too uncomfortable and you just didn't get proper sleep. You come to the office the next day and you say, oh my God, this presentation, how am I going to do it? I am so wired. So wired means because you are too stressed, you are too tired, and that's exactly the reason you're worrying too much about this presentation. All right? And then the last term that I have for you is a warrior. Very simple. Warrior is a person who worries too much. So, if I spot a person who is extremely anxious about something, is extremely worried about something, well, I'm going to say, well, stop being a warrior. Okay, so it's a very simple word, just another term that can be used for a worried person. Alright, so these are the 8 words that you can use. This would help you to expand your vocabulary. Start using them the moment you find someone or you find yourself being very nervous, being very anxious, or when you worry too much about certain things. So start using them, and I'll be back with a new lesson soon. Till then, you take care and have a great day.